Hello, I'm creating this video on YouTube as a series to help people pass their CPC case studies. As it is so difficult and there's next to no material out there to help people that much, I've taken it upon myself to try my best to help as many people as I possibly can. If you look on the screen now, you'll see a list of words. These are the areas where you'll need to study your materials from. You need to study from large vehicles, alternative case studies, large vehicles, learning modules, large vehicles, module 4 learning modules, large vehicles, driver exam, extras and exams, bonus modules, and legal terms and conditions. These are the things that you'll need to be studying when you are doing your CCP case studies. But when doing your CCP case studies, make certain that you do revise for it, and also I found it very difficult to find materials out there to help you with the actual CCP case studies part 2. Passing the theory test is relatively easy compared to this one. I noticed some of the questions they asked you during the actual test itself are more difficult, and there's no way that you would know the answers. Like, for example, I'd say they asked a question, what was the question? Yeah, it was something like, what would you put on your lorry to stop your load from blowing away? I put a net. And what benefits of the materials, the equipment such and such a person has had fitted to the lorry would help the vehicle? But none of the answers were the right ones that I could pick. They were too difficult. So in the DVD that I've got, it isn't really much cop, but there's a book in there which explains bits and pieces to you. I recommend that if you do get this particular DVD, I'll name it at the end, to go through it carefully and study it vigorously to make certain that you get your stuff correct. Because you get 50 questions. I scored 37 out of 50 and I was 3 away from actually passing, so the questions that caught me out were the ones that I failed on. But I'm going to try and help as many people with this to try and get you to pass your actual module 3 CCP case studies question thing theory test. For example, there is a list of things here that you are going to need to know to actually pass your CCP case studies. I will set up a email address later on to send you some of this stuff free of charge if so requested. I failed it, as I say. I'm going to go back in for it in the new year. It's too late in the year for me to book anything now, so I'm going to be doing mine in the new year, and I'm going to be spending the rest of the time revising and helping other people by making short video tutorials to help people as much as I possibly can with the CCP case study side of things. The theory test, in comparison to this, is relatively easy because you can easily get the materials you need to study for the theory test, so that's not as hard as what this one is. This one is the most difficult because hardly any materials out there to help people, so to speak. So I'll try my best to get materials and put onto the internet to help as many people as I possibly can. So I'm going to move on to the next thing that I'd want to talk to you about, and a few examples that are things you might want to know, etc, etc, and I'll give you one example of a question right now. One question for this one could be, How would you load this lorry to make it more stable on your journey? How many pallets would you load using the tail lift with this on this lorry? How many pallets can you load? Or when you're driving the forklift, how would you show it on the tacho? Questions like that you could be asked. Also, what would you check for on your daily walk around on this vehicle to make certain the vehicle or make sure the vehicle is road legal? And what safety checks can you do from the driver's cab? And also, if you find a headlight or a light bulb out on your vehicle, should you drive the vehicle and get it replaced when you return, or get it replaced before you leave the depot? And if you're stopped by a VOSA whilst driving this vehicle and it's found to have a defect, whose points would the licence go on to? These are the sort of questions you're going to be asked when you do your CCP case studies. A few trick ones will be thrown in as well, but I gave you one or two examples of questions that I was asked and I failed today, but these are some of the questions I was actually asked during my CCP case study part 2 theory test. I'll class it as a part 3 theory test, whatever one it is. But it's not a legal requirement to do it anyway, only if you want to do your CCP. As I passed my theory test a few months ago, I can still learn to drive one of these vehicles if I so wish. A couple of other things you're going to be asked to complete for your driver CCP case studies is driver's hours. Today it's digital tachographs they ask you about. Basically, I just use this picture here as an example for this subject I'll be talking about. Most of this is actually covered in the actual theory test itself, so really I had no problem with that part of the stuff. I just got a bit blown away with the certain other subject areas that was on the actual theory test itself. I'll show you those now. And these areas, and the way they asked the questions was pretty difficult, I would have to say. So it's not something you don't have to study for. You have to properly study for it and to make certain that you get the CCP stuff right.